All right, people, what is going on? Back with another episode. I'm trying to switch it up, man. I'm trying to get back to what I used to do, because at one point I used to do these episodes throughout the weekday, around 8-9 o'clock, but that was only on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I've been very, very busy, so I had to flip a lot of things, and now I'm starting to get everything back in order to where I can actually stream or pretty much do the episodes throughout the week. I'm still busy, but I had to put things together to where I can do this, but it's going to be like a once a week like it's been before, and therefore I'm going to be on these doing the podcast throughout the week, and it will be up probably later on tonight or first thing in the morning. Welcome to the First and Frame Rates show. I am VFBaller, and on this show I basically talk about sports. I used to talk about sports gaming as well, but I moved all of that to the VFcast channel. That link should be down in the description. You guys check that out. I recently just did my thoughts on NBA 2K22, so if you want to go check that out, you would check that out over there. Over here now, I mostly just talk about Atlanta Falcons and Georgia Southern football, and I know most of the people that know me for my sports gaming. All that stuff is going to be on the VFcast channel, which over there I also do. I do a podcast over there as well called the VFcast, where I talk about gaming. So if you're here for that, most of my stuff is all the gaming stuff is going to be over there. So that's where that's going to be. I will be putting a link into the chat, and I will be talking about basically I'll be doing my thing when it comes to you can call in or chat, whatever the case may be. So that's what we'll be doing over there, and over here, and whatever the case may be, I will be putting a link up there shortly once I get through the topics of the Atlanta Falcons and the Georgia Southern Eagles and the parallel between the two, because right now they're at a crossroads where they really need to turn things around. Atlanta just got finished losing against the Eagles, and it looks like everything is a mess. But I think they can turn that around. I'm going to talk about that. Also, Georgia Southern, we lost to FAU, and we're going into Arkansas and play number 20 Arkansas. So I'm going to talk about those two. I'm going to touch on a few more things around the NFL and college football as well. And if you guys have any anything that's on your mind that you want to talk about, I will be adding the link so you can come in and talk on the link also, or you could call in the number 803-767-4242. That you can call in or hit the link, and then over there I'll once we get to that point, I'll be talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. That's what it's for. You guys make this thing go. Shout out to Big Ant. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you too as well. Optimist School. Optimist has been around ever since I've been doing the old virtual footballer stuff, which, like I said, all that stuff is over on VFcast now, and I appreciate all the support. I really appreciate, everybody who's been watching this transition move over to what I'm doing now. Let me change this. I forgot to change this. Ain't that something? Let me see, because I talked about that on my last episode. First, and we do this. Sorry about that. Doing this on the fly. I'm doing this and I'm like so nervous. Let me stop. Let me calm down. What's going on, Stephen Watkins? Good to see you. All right, there we go. This is episode 240. This episode will be on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, also Spotify, Anchor. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's all the avenues I'm at right now. So you guys can check that out. Oh, Podcast Addict as well. So sorry for the little technical difficulties. All right, let's get right into it. I'm going to start with the Atlanta Falcons first. I want to start talking about them first. Not that. There we go. Atlanta's going up against Tampa Bay right now on Sunday, and they're being prepared for that game. And it's going to be a tough battle. If you saw the game from last week, that game was pretty horrific, especially on the offensive line. And that's something that they're going to have to address immediately, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive line does not play around. That is a defensive line that is willing and ready to tee off on any quarterback that's in the backfield. And you got Sue, you got Barrett, and you got all these other guys that's up front that are willing and ready. Now, I will say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary is slightly suspect. That is their Achilles heel. We're going to have to find a way to get the ball out to our receivers. I don't know how that's going to be done. The only way that it can be done is the same thing I said when you're talking about when we talked about going up against the Eagles. We're either going to have to run the ball effectively, or we're going to have to make sure Matt Ryan is upright. That is the only way that's going to happen. It is no other way around it. So therefore, we're going to have to find a way to protect Matt Ryan, because Matt Ryan can get the ball to anybody. A lot of people like to give Matt Ryan a lot of slack. They always try to talk noise about him. They always want to say things that's very negative about him, because I'll be the first to admit some of the stuff is warranted. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, he's a perfect quarterback, but some of the stuff that they say about him is way over the top and is borderline ridiculous. And I know that he's capable of getting us for us to have a successful season. So therefore, keeping him upright is going to be one of the best ways for him to go toe to toe against Tom Brady and company. Now, our scheme of defense do work. The main thing is, it didn't look like it worked because the Philadelphia Eagles did a phenomenal job of picking up all our exotic blitzes. We had blitzes coming from the secondary, outside linebackers, even had some coming up front. We did not do a good job of containing, but as far as us doing our assigned job, we did that. Like I said, on the flip side of that, they picked up a lot of our blitzes. So that was able for Jalen Hurts to move around. Tom Brady's not going to move around. He's probably going to try to find a way to get the ball out quick. That's what he always do. So therefore, we're going to have to find a way. We have to find a way to either get to Tom Brady or keep Matt Ryan upright. They're the only ways that that's going to happen. So therefore, we need to be on our job if that's going to be the way that we win. It's pretty much almost the only way that we'll win. I will also say that we can win this game because we are effective at running the ball. We're probably going to have to do our due diligence of playing keep away. Now, I know a lot of people may say, oh, how are you going to do that with that front seven of Tampa Bay? I don't know how you're going to do it, but you have to do it. You're going to have to find a way to play keep away. You keep Tom Brady on the sidelines, get some points, and we're going to have to find a way to keep Tom Brady stymied when he's on the field. So those exotic blitzes going to have to work. They're just going to have to work. There's no other way around it. So therefore, it's okay if that Tom Brady does what he do, but we're just going to have to either match toe to toe, or we're just going to have to find a way to just keep him off the field. We have to play keep away. So can the Falcons do it? Well, first and foremost, if Jalen Mayfield does a better job of blocking, and I don't want to call him out, I don't want to put him out there to say that he's the problem, but if y'all saw the tape, you clearly seen what happened. That's basically what it was. You're going to have to keep Jalen Mayfield. We got to keep Jalen Mayfield have ability to block some of these players. It's either we're going to have to give him some help, we have to double team, we're going to have to find a way to run away from him. If we are going to pass the ball really quickly, get somebody out in space, we're going to have to find a way to eliminate Jalen Mayfield blocking for more than 2 or 3 seconds. Because if that's the case, Shaquille Barrett, Ndamukong Suh, those guys are going to be in the backfield so fast. And we're going to be looking around like, oh man, what the hell is going on? Because it's going to be part 2 of what happened last week. As far as the secondary, I think the secondary of the Falcons will probably be okay. You got Mike Evans, you got Antonio Brown. I think they'll be all right because they are talented enough. I mean, AJ Terrell did a pretty good job. Moreau got a little bit exposed, and for the most part, after it was a 2-score lead, it was like the doors fell off. But the secondary can hold up a little bit better. They can hold up a little bit better than advertised. So I think that will be to the point where you're just going to have to do what you have to do as far as bending, but don't break. You're going to give up some scores. You're going to give up some yards as Tom Brady. What do you expect? But you can't do it to the point where they're scoring so fast. You got to make them earn it. Make them earn it. You know, if they're going to score, let it be a 13 play, 15 play drive. That's the only way they're going to be able to get ahead as far. I mean, that's going to be the only way that we can contain what they do. Because if we make them work for those and then we turn back around and play keep away, it's going to be a survival of the fittest of a possibly low scoring, maybe, you know, close game. Can we do it? We've done it. We're capable of doing it. I think the last time we played them, you know, it was fairly competitive, you know, so it can be done. But I mean, I just don't know. Everything starts in the trenches, and what I saw with the offensive line, I'm not really sure if we'll be able to do it, and it could be a problem. So that's basically how I feel about that so far with the preview of what they have to do. And once the pregame comes, once we find out what the whole personnel is and who's all going to be out there playing, then I'll give you more of my analysis who possibly could really win this game. But right now, it looks like we just have to play a basic game to keep away. And unfortunately, that's going to be what it is. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. If it's your first time here, this is the First and Frame Rate show on this channel. I pretty much talk about Georgia Southern Atlanta Falcons football and everything under that umbrella. Also, if you want to check out the other content, that'd be great. I'll do videos pretty much throughout the week where I do talk about these two teams. I kind of add a couple other teams in there as well. If it's warranted, I'll throw that in there as well. And if you can't catch the rest of this, or if you want to see any of my other episodes, you can go to Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud. I also have it on Anchor and Podcast Addict. You can go check out all the other episodes I have there. So that's pretty much it what I have for the Falcons so far. I'm going to jump over to Georgia Southern. And while I say the Atlanta Falcons and Georgia Southern parallel, it's going to be the same situation. The Atlanta Falcons have to go down to Tampa Bay to play an elite team. Georgia Southern has to go to Arkansas and play a team that's playing like they're elite. Right now, Arkansas just beat Texas handily. They handily beat Texas. And what I found out was that Arkansas has some pretty good players, especially at the quarterback position. You know, you got I can't remember his name. I think it's KJ. It's KJ something. Let me look. Let me see. I thought I had it up. Arkansas. There we go. Let me look at this right here. Roster. Come on now. Thought of to pull up. KJ Jefferson. That's his name right there. KJ Jefferson is looking really good right now. Big quarterback, slightly bigger than Posey, the guy that we played last week. 6'3", 245 out of Sardis, Mississippi. He's a sophomore. Wow, he's a redshirt sophomore. That's amazing. Yeah, that's the person that we're gonna have to be dealing with when we go up against them next week. Big quarterback. He can run, he can throw, and we got our hands cut out. We got our work cut out for us. The rest of the team has been playing pretty sound football. Got a lot of guys on defense have been tackling very well. The running game has been fired up a little bit. AJ Green, the running back, has done. They did a phenomenal job against Texas. I mean, they did a really good job against Texas. And for with that being said, we got to find out what we're going to do. Like I said, we're going into a hostile environment with a team that think they're elite. They're playing like they're elite, so we have our work cut out for us. Like I said, we got to go play keep away. And Georgia Southern does a very good job of running the ball. We can run the ball almost against anybody, so that's not going to be a problem. My main thing is we have to run the ball. We need to give Logan Wright more carries. We only gave him 4 carries against the FAU game. Unacceptable. You know, that's unacceptable when it comes to us playing Georgia Southern football. I know I already said I'm a big fan of passing the ball. We need to pass the ball more. I did say that. I know I said that. But at the end of the day, if we want to have any chance of this game, we need to try to find a way to keep these guys on the sideline. And that's from running the ball. We have to run the ball. And if we're able to do that, we may be in a good spot. As far as running the ball, Arkansas ran the ball for 333 yards. Now, our front seven do pretty good against the run, but we're going up against some guys that are 300 pounds plus average on the Arkansas Razorbacks offensive line. So, therefore, they're probably going to find a way to move us around a little bit. And we just need to find a way to get in there. We need to find a way to stop the run. The passing game was not as impressive as I thought it was. They only threw for 138. Our secondary is highly suspect. It really is. So even though they threw for 138, I mean, we need to get better on our secondary to actually have a chance. If we get good, we'll get better with our secondary play like we did last year. We will have a chance to get them in the passing game. So, therefore, that is something that we need to work on. Running the ball, yeah, they ran the ball pretty good. I think we may be okay as far as stopping the run. We do a pretty good job of doing that. My main thing is, what are these guys going to do? Are they going to just try to run through us and get the crowd involved? And if they get the crowd involved, will we be able to sustain keeping our composure in that environment? Georgia Southern do have a way with stepping up to the occasion at times, but when you look at a situation like when we played LSU, when you look at a situation when we played Clemson, it wasn't as close as we wanted to be. And this team, even though we have talent, we have to understand we're going up against the SEC team, so we're going to have to, if anything, we need to find a way to play keep away. I would not be surprised if we try to play somewhat like Army plays, and I don't think we will, but it'll be a good strategy. Get 3 yards here, 3 yards there, and get the first down. Move methodically up the field. Get that defense tired. Make them guys not want to come back on the field. You know, if we can do that, then we may have a shot. So both of these teams, the Atlanta Falcons and the Georgia Southern Eagles, are going up against, top tier teams. And we know Arkansas, like I said, Arkansas is at the lower part of the SEC. But it's an SEC team. And even though that they are at the bottom of SEC, they're part of the lower part of the SEC as far as that conference, they're still a really good team. And we're about to go up against a team where we're going to have to find a way to put some points on the board. We got to have to find a way to possibly, like I said, possibly play, keep away. Stephen Watkins says, let CJ eat up the middle. Right, exactly. Even though that offensive line is, really big, we still have the talent and we have the bodies to get in there. We have some really good pass rushers for Georgia Southern. We've done a pretty good job when we played against Gardner-Webb. We did an okay job when we played against FAU. It's just the thing about it is we just gave them too many chances. And that just goes back to what I said. We gave them too many chances. It's very reminiscent of what happened with Coastal Carolina last year. We gave Coastal Carolina too many chances because the offense did not get any points. We did not move the ball fairly well. And we ended up losing that game 28-14. But every time we turned around, it was a 3 and out. And my main thing is I am not a fan of running the ball up the middle all the time. And I know that we got away from that a little bit. And I'm glad we got away from that a little bit because we're a little bit more dynamic when running the ball this year. But it needs to be a situation where we do not rely on that. That type of stuff really gets us to the point where we're very one-dimensional. And when we do have to pass, our back is up against the wall. So if we have any opportunities to pass, which I'll get into that in a second, if we do have an opportunity to pass, we need to find that opportunity and take advantage of it. But I really think it's going to be predicated off us starting with establishing the run. And on defense, if we can get a situation where we can get their offense off the field ASAP, like I said, let CJ eat up the middle, let him go in there and try to clog up the middle. Maybe we can get some stunts or whatever where CJ can get free and get a sack or two. Make them punt the ball back to us. And then we get back on offense and methodically move the ball. Make that defense tired to the point where they don't want to come back on the field. Hey, my baby, my son is here. You wanna watch some cartoons? Wanna watch Sunny Bunnies? My son loves Sunny Bunnies. Woohoo! All right, let's get it. You gonna tell everybody hello? You telling everybody hello? Say hello. Come on, you wanna tell everybody hello? Come on. All right, there you go. Say hello.
Hello.
Y'all doing okay?
I'm doing okay.
All right.
It's my hat.
Yeah, your hat's downstairs, son. Yeah. All right, come on.
No.
Here you go, baby. Okay, I got my son back on his cartoons. Watch his cartoons now. All right, but I think that's where we can be successful. We make sure their offense don't establish anything. Make sure the offense don't establish anything, and also we turn around and methodically move the ball down the field, make their defense tired. Same thing like I said about the Atlanta Falcons. If they can play keep away with Tom Brady, if we could play keep away with let's see, where is it? If we can play keep away with Arkansas quarterbacks and their offense, I can't keep it. KJ Jefferson. I keep forgetting his name. If we can play keep away with those guys, we should be successful. We should be successful. I don't know if we'll win either one of these games, but that is the blueprint as of right now to win those games. Hopefully we'll get to that point and we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully we'll get there. I can't wait to watch the games. I think we're going to be okay. I truly believe that we're going to be fine. And, I can't wait to see how it plays out. Let me see. Yeah, be careful, my son. Give me that so I can fix it for you. All right, if you guys haven't already, thanks for the person who subscribed. I'm trying to find out who it was. It doesn't show. Whoever subscribed to the channel, I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. What's going on? He said Matt Ryan actually wants to be in Atlanta for the rest of his life, or the rest of his career. Can't find me. Yeah, that's totally a different issue. But yeah, people don't realize that Matt Ryan is loyal to us and he wants to be here. And that's the main thing about it. It's not, that's one thing that I love about Matt Ryan, because he wants to stay in Atlanta. He loves the city. Here you go, baby. He loves the city. He loves the team. And that's something that we need to appreciate, because there's a lot of Matt Ryan hate. And I really don't want to get into that, but there is a lot of Matt Ryan hate in some cases for no reason. And it's really sad when you really think about it, but that's another story for another day. Like I said, thanks to the person who subscribed to the channel. You guys are awesome. We're 9 away from 900. You guys make this go. Without you guys, this does not happen. Thank you for everybody that's on the Patreon. The link is down in the description if you want to see what the Patreon is all about. I do extra content over there. If you want to catch this episode offline, this episode will be on Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud. Also, it's going to be on Anchor and what's the other one? Podcast Addict. That's one of my favorite apps, the Podcast Addict. And it's not any type of advertisement, but I like to use them because I put all my podcasts on one, put it in one area. I got GATA Talk. I got Inside Eagle. I have everybody else's podcast up in that area. 92.9 The Game. I love listening to all that stuff. So I put it in that one area, and you can put my podcast there as well. And that's where it goes. So if you want to listen to me when I'm not live, that's where you can go. And just go there, hit the link, and I'll pop right on up. I want to open the lines up if anybody wants to call in. I try to keep these podcast episodes between 45 minutes and an hour. Don't want to keep anybody around too much long. I know everybody got lives and got things to do. So I try to keep everything pretty short and sweet when it comes to the podcast. Because at one point, this podcast used to go pretty long. And it's one of the reasons why I had to stop doing the podcast the way I wanted to. Because, there it is right there. That's the link. I'm going to pin it. So that should be pinned at the top. So if you guys... No, I don't want to pin it right there. Unpin that. Oh, there it is. Oh, my bad. Is it unpinned? I hope I didn't unpin it. Oh, unpinned it? No, there it is. So if you guys want to... Oh, yeah, I unpinned it. Look at that. Pin it again. All right, so there it is. If you guys want to call in, or if you want to give me your 2 cents about anything you want to talk about, there it is right there. You can hit the link, or you can call in. The number is 803-767-4242. I'm going to get into a couple more things before I close. If anybody wants to talk, there it is right there. Let's see. There's something else I wanted to talk about real quick. I'll get into that really, really shortly. Let's see. As of right now, I'm looking at AtlantaFalcons.com or something over here that I wanted to see. Yeah. Atlanta Falcons did make a move. They signed 3 players. We signed Danny Isadora, offensive lineman, Mike Pennell, defensive lineman, and we signed offensive lineman Brian Witzman. I got you, baby. How you end up on my Twitter, sir? Here you go, baby. We needed some guys on the offensive line, so this is really good to see because we need some offensive linemen after what happened with Jalen Mayfield. We need some offensive lineman guys, so we did pick up 2 guys. They pulled them to the practice squad. I don't know if they're going to end up playing or whatever, but it's good that we know our problems. So we need to move some people, and we end up getting some guys. As far as the offensive line, Mike Pennell was also signed as well. We're going to talk about them real quick. Isadora was originally selected by the Minnesota Vikings. He appeared in 25 games and 6 starts, played for the Vikings, Dolphins, and Chiefs. Brian Witzman played 40 games, had 20 starts for the Chiefs, Bears, and Panthers. He came into the NFL in 2014 for South Dakota State. So there's a couple of guys who have some type of experience. So that's good to see. It's not guys that that's been sitting around for the most part, especially Witzman. Witzman had 20 starts. So that's pretty good to see. As far as Georgia Southern, look like everything is on the up and up. I think Trent Watson is having surgery off of his knee. That's not a good sign, but it's good to see that he is going to be in good. We're going to be pulling for him. Hopefully, good to see that he's going to have surgery. Have him in good spirits. Hopefully, that surgery is successful, and we'll see how that plays out as well. Let me look on the Georgia Southern's website, see what they're talking about here. As far as football goes, none really big stories. Well, I will say, if you want to watch the game as far as Georgia Southern versus Arkansas, you have to go to the SEC network, I think. I think that's how you watch that game. If you want to watch that game, the SEC network will be having that game on, or whatever the case may be. And that's one way you can watch it. Also, it will be streamed. I'm going to find out where else it's going to be streamed so you guys will know. His game is at 4 o'clock. All right, I don't want this up here. Close that. The game will be at 4 o'clock. It's going to be on the SEC network. You also stream it on secsports.com/watch, or you can listen to it on tune in on the TuneIn app, Georgia Southern Eagle Sports Network. So that's the way to go on that right there. If anybody wants to call in, I know I had a caller last week. That was great. A really good call from Dave 10 Eagle. If you want to call in, the number is 803-767-4242. Also, you can click the link right there, or if you want to come in and give me your 2 cents about anything that you want to talk about. But right now, there's no news on Georgia Southern. I don't know if J.D. King is going to be able to play. I would love to see the injury report, what they're going to do, because that would be great to see if he's going to be able to play. For the most part, he will be a really big asset if we're able to have him on the field. Also, as far as, like I said, I jump back to Atlanta. As far as Atlanta, like I said, those guys just need to give Matt Ryan protection. I don't know what's going to happen. We did sign some guys to the practice squad. I wish we could sign some guys that's going to be able to play on the team as of Sunday. But because right now, we only got 8 guys on the offensive line as far as the depth chart. That's extremely limited. You would like to have at least 10 or more, in my opinion. But we only got 8. We're going to have to see how that plays out. Hopefully that, hopefully he would do better as far as Mayfield. Hopefully he does better. And if he does better, that'd be phenomenal. That'd be great to see. But I don't know. We're going to have to see how this plays out. I don't have anything else, really. I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If this is your first time here, I really appreciate it. Welcome to the First and Frame Rate Show. Like I said, I like to do my thing here where I pretty much talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football. I'll also try to find a way to incorporate other things in the mix. But right now, what we're doing right here is we're going to try to find a way to bounce back. Also, if you want to listen to me, like I said earlier, on the other avenues, I do have this on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and Podcast Addict, and on Anchor. And this should be up sometime later on tonight or in the morning if you want to check that out. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say. We're getting to the over the 30-minute mark. It's where I really want to have this episode or any other episode between 30 and 45 minutes, unless if I get a call. Don't have any calls. I pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about. So I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Hopefully this podcast will continue to grow. Somewhat of a reboot of what I used to do when I had Sports Game and I had 2 other guests, Bills and DJ. Shout out to those guys. Those guys were phenomenal for the show. Went a different direction. Those guys are doing their thing. I'm doing my thing. And it's all love. So hopefully, you guys help this grow. Spread it. Let people know what we're doing over here. Let people know what I'm doing. And hopefully it'll grow just like this channel has been going. This channel has been doing phenomenal for the past 2 or 3 months. It's all thanks to you guys. You guys make this go. And also the guys that support on Patreon. You guys also do a phenomenal job. So nobody has anything to say. There's no calls today. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thank you guys for coming through. And I'm going to be up out of here. I'm going to get ready to put this up on the podcast avenues. And I'm going to work on some other content that I have in store for you guys tomorrow. Not only on here, but on the VFcast channel as well. Oh, it would be criminal, and I have to do this. Shout out to the guys at AFN. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for shouting me out. Thank you guys for giving Atlanta Falcons an avenue to have a voice here on YouTube, and a decent voice as well. You guys are awesome over there. So I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys once again. I said enough. I can ramble all day. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. All right, y'all. Peace.